A very good morning to all parents and welcome to today's activity for the Parents as CoEducators program. Today's activity is evaporation. In this activity, your child will learn about the process of evaporation. In the next slide, we have provided a video demonstrating the activity. We request you to go through the video and perform accordingly.
Why is the water in an earthen pot cold? In summers, you sweat, but after sweating, you feel cool. Why? Why do we place cold water bandages on the forehead when we have a fever? After running around, why do dogs hang their tongues out and pant? You'll be surprised to find that all these things have something in common. It is known as evaporation. Evaporation! Let's play a game with water and a fan. Spray some water on one side of your face or hand. Use a fan to get some breeze. Now, feel the skin. Do you find any difference between the dry side and the wet side?
The side with water feels cold while the other side was warm.
The wet side felt cold. If we had waited for some more time, it would have dried out. But the question is, why did it feel cool? This happens not only on our hands or face, but everywhere around us. This is evaporation. Water turning to vapor and mixing in the air. But why does evaporation make us feel cool? The relation between states of water and energy will give the answer. A little water is taken in a steel bowl. A burning candle is kept below it. Water vapor can be seen rising at the top. A cold steel spoon is held in the water vapor which is rising upwards. And see what happened. Water drops collected on the spoon. Water vapor has turned into water. Water is in liquid state. Increase in heat made it change its state from liquid water to water vapor.
Water becomes vapor.
The water vapor came in contact with the cold steel spoon which cooled it down and changed it to liquid water.
Cooling changes into water again.
State of water is dependent on heat. If there is less heat, then water is solid, that is ice. If heat is increased, it melts and becomes liquid water. And the one with maximum heat is water vapor. The gaseous state. It is water in all states. Difference is only in the heat energy, least in the solid state and maximum in vapor, the gaseous state. But why does evaporation cause cooling? Let us understand this with the help of an earthen pot. Water in an earthen pot remains cold due to evaporation. The surface of an earthen pot has multiple small pores. The water inside the pot keeps coming out from these pores, forming water droplets. That is why the pot is always damp on the outside. The water droplets formed on the pot's outer surface take heat from the pot and the water inside it. This heat changes the water droplets to water vapor. The vapor which has more heat becomes light and mixes with the air. It takes away the heat of the pot along with it, cooling the water inside the pot. The water on the surface thus keeps turning to vapor and the water inside gets colder. You must have surely observed this, be it an earthen pot or the cool sensation on our wet faces or drying of a wet object. Water is not boiling anywhere, but yet is turning into vapor. This is the difference between boiling and evaporation. If water is provided heat, then after some time it starts boiling. All of the water heats up and boils. Boiling is a bulk process. When water boils, all the water has a temperature of about 100 degrees Celsius and becomes vapor or steam. But this does not happen in evaporation. Evaporation occurs at all temperatures, but only on the surface of the liquid. It is a slow process in which water particles on the surface take heat from the particles below and turn into vapor. When the vapor leaves the surface, it takes the heat along with it. Thus, the temperature at the surface decreases and the liquid cools down. Evaporation. Liquid water changing to water vapor takes place around us at all times. That is why our clothes dry. Papers dry and become hard. The dew drops on leaves continuously evaporate and float away. And evaporation plays a crucial role in our Earth's water cycle. Water on the surfaces of seas, rivers and lakes continuously turns to vapor. Thus, clouds get formed and it rains. The coolness obtained by evaporation is very useful. When we run in hot weather, we sweat, and the sweat dries as it evaporates. And the same thing happens. Our body cools down. Not only us, but there are others who feel cool due to evaporation as well. Have you ever thought why a dog hangs out its tongue while panting? Dogs have thick skin, so they sweat less. Thus, it hangs out its red tongue to increase evaporation and feel cool. Come on, let's have a look at evaporation again. Evaporation means changing of liquid state to gaseous state. Evaporation takes place all around us. This is a process which takes place at the surfaces. Evaporation takes place at all temperatures, and the heat is less at the surface on which evaporation takes place, which means it becomes cooler. A good effect of this is water in an earthen pot becoming cool.
This video is taken from Pratham Open School YouTube channel. We would like to thank them for providing this activity. After the activity, you can ask the child the following question. Did they get to know what is evaporation? Was it interesting to learn about it? Ask them more examples of evaporation in our surrounding. We request you to send a photograph or a video of your child performing this activity. In case of any doubts or suggestions, you can reach us on our WhatsApp number provided on the screen. Thank you.